Behind the Shades.
Welcome to the Behind the Shade Show. It's your host, Terraine, and remember to subscribe, like, and share this incredible interview because we are going to talk about poor Johnathan Majors. My God, friend. First and foremost, ladies, keep your hands to yourself. Gentlemen, keep your hands to yourself. We learned that in grade school, but some people still behave like children. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. For those who don't know, Johnathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend got into an altercation where there was some disagreement and things hit the fan. And he decided to turn into Usain Bolt and he ran down the alleyway while she was doing her best impression of Wile E. Coyote and started to chase the roadrunner afterwards. But there are two lessons we can actually, there's a few lessons we can learn from this, right? But first and foremost, the first lesson is this. When it comes to toxic relationship, guys, a toxic relationship will do one of two things. It will show you how crazy you can be and act. And the second thing that sometimes it does is it shows you how evil of a person you really are. It reveals to you and perhaps to others how far you're willing to go when you have strong emotions in play. I'll give you an example. Most of us, I would say, would never put hands on each other. A man would never put hands on a woman wouldn't put hands on a man. But many of us, when there's strong feelings involved, strong emotions, when we're passionate, I am woman, hear me roar. When we're that strong, we do things that we sometimes can't believe that we are about to do or that we have done. We say things that even surprise ourselves. We compromise ourselves. We stay with someone that is against our better judgment. These are things that a toxic relationship will do. It corrupts you from within. And then it corrupts your perception of reality. You begin to see the world in a way that you didn't see before you got into this relationship. The world is against you. You feel like you can't break free. Your passion becomes your prison. You become reliant on this person in ways that shock you. You are strong and independent when you're single. You're strong, dependent, and confused when you're in this relationship. Johnathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend have shown the world what happens when people who are on their path to success get together and perhaps they didn't resolve the issues within them. They weren't together that long for a situation like this to happen. It appears that they brought out the very worst in each other while trying to find the very best together. And where have we heard that before? He's the one for me. Dun, 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 dun. You're the one for me. She's my queen. He's my king. But yet the castle that you both live in is in ruin. It's in shambles. It doesn't even look like a kingdom. It looks worse than the house that the peasants live in. You're not a king and a queen, and you're definitely not a royal couple. You're not royalty. You're just pretending to be. And now he's been charged and convicted, and we don't know if she's going to be charged and convicted because they both have done physical damage to each other. This was a toxic relationship, probably from the very beginning. But sometimes when we have stardust in our eyes, we can't see the forest from the trees. And this is where I caution each and every one of you to understand that sometimes when you get into a relationship, which is difficult enough to find someone that you want to create something with, you can be overshadowed, you can be overwhelmed, you can be blinded from your relationship that you're currently in. Because we all have escaped a relationship where we look back and we're like, you know what? March 11th, 2014, that was the day that I should have got out of this relationship. But now that it's 10 years later, I'm still in it and I'm comfortable. Abuse has become the new norm because you've forgotten what it is to be healthy. You've forgotten what it feels like to be at peace. You've forgotten what it feels like to go home, kick your shoes off, and do your best Al Bundy impression with your hand slightly in your pants, with a cold drink in your hand, and you're watching Netflix, and you actually get to chill instead of watching Netflix and stress, Netflix and yelling, Netflix and, oh my God, why am I still with this woman? Lord, give me strength. Flee. Free me from the grips of Babylon. That is what I see when I see these two that were together. And I truly hope that they both can find peace separately. But unfortunately, it's played out in the public eye. Whereas people like you and I, we don't have that type of level of fame or fortune, maybe. So our suffering many times is in silence. And a lot of us suffer in silence. We will sit there wondering, this person is a monster, but this is a familiar monster. I know this monster. What's out there, that's the real beast. How can I slay that dragon, which is unknown, which is scary? And then we build it up in our minds and we think that it's the impossible. But out there is possible. Out there is probable. What you have here where you're suffering, that's the impossible. Because 1 year, 5 years, 10 years later, if it was going to change, if it was going to be fixed, it would have been fixed already. If someone truly loves you, they don't want to see you suffer. They want to see you smile. But there's people out there, friends, family, loved ones, that clash with our personalities. They don't fit the puzzle of our life. Your spirit irritates their demons. And when their demons get unleashed, it brings chaos in your life. And if you care enough about that person, sometimes you welcome the chaos because you put that person above yourself. And that's the real danger of being in a toxic relationship.